I felt okay in there for a minute. And then, I got this download, all this really bad information. Had to talk to my therapist about this experience.
That house really affected you. Nothing about that house felt comforting, not a good feeling at all.
You two went first, and then here's someone running at me from behind. I felt like throwing you guys out of the way. It was so scary, like it charged at me. I was like, whoa.
Hey Kel Kats, welcome back to another episode of InTALKxicated. I'm your host, Kelsi Davies, and I'm here with a very special guest. We have Jazmyne. She is here with Barrier Beyond. They're an awesome paranormal team who we've gone to a lot of creepy places together. Jazmyne's been on this podcast before, so you were on a couple episodes before this one, I think.
Yeah.
I'm high. That's my intoxicated choice, if you guys are wondering. I have marijuana in the system. What is your intoxicated choice of the night?
I'm high on life, guys, again.
We love that. That's a great way to be. Always be high on life, guys. Spread love. I don't know why I'm very zen right now. This weed's making me very, zen. That's the best
Plus,
way.
you just did like a moon.
Oh, I
the moon
did
thing,
the
yeah.
sound healing. Drew, can you please grab Tito? He's eating a box. Sorry, guys. My cat's eating a box. You could probably hear it in the background. But I did do a sound healing. I went to this place in Malibu, and I want you to come with me. It was
I saw your videos. It looked so beautiful.
It was
so
magic.
beautiful.
Yeah, it was really magical. And it just it was all these gongs and a bunch of people who had sound healing and are certified, sound healers. And it was just outdoors in this beautiful area in Malibu with the outlook of the ocean. It was very, very relaxing. I took a good nap.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Really?
I slept through it. I was I don't know. I was just taking it all in, all the vibrations and the good things. And
That's really cool.
yeah, I was having a good old time. I was zzz, I was just sleeping and vibrating. But I wanted to ask you what else is coming out? Because I know that you guys just released something on Instagram, something like a trailer.
Oh,
I want to get into that.
We are making, we already filmed a documentary and thank you.
That's amazing.
We did it on the camp.
Oh.
Remember that
the
camp?
Wait, the one with it was abandoned. There was all this.
Yeah.
There was weird things
Yeah.
there. Ooh. Did you guys get a lot of crazy activity?
We got a lot of just crazy stuff.
Yeah.
It's mind blowing.
Yeah. Wow.
We're never gonna go back there again.
Really?
Yeah, no.
They have awesome videos, so much paranormal evidence. If you guys are skeptical of the paranormal, highly recommend their channel. They got a lot of cool videos, and we've been to a lot of places together. We're gonna get into the Hill House in this episode. I ended the last episode on a bit of a cliffhanger though. So I'm gonna say 2 words. Are you ready?
Okay.
Haunted mannequins.
What?
Haunted mannequins. Yeah.
Haunted mannequins?
Have you ever been to a store and you're walking by a mannequin? They have a really cute bag, but then you walk by them and it turns its head and looks at you.
No.
Yeah, me neither. But I guess that happens.
Oh my God.
Yeah, there's this house. I texted it to you.
Yeah, I saw
this
it.
house. And I just typed in on Google haunted mannequins because I was very curious. I kind of went into this rabbit hole of haunted mannequins, and this is a house haunted by mannequins, ? The bizarre story of John Lawson house.
Oh my gosh.
So I'm going to get into this a little bit. Everybody loves a good mystery because of the creepy, unsettling story of the John Lawson house is impressive for a lot of reasons. Why is it impressive? So this is interesting. It's a trio of mannequins are camped outside on the porch. So there are life-size mannequins, the kind you typically see in clothing stores. Where it gets interesting is when you learn that their clothing changed on occasion. What? Their hair changed as well. They wore different wigs and held different props. But like who
changed them?
Who did that? The mannequins posed with things like an old plastic milk container holding scented leaves and empty bird cage. Isn't that like very witchy, like bird cages?
Yeah.
Like the witch's cabin had a lot of bird cages, I noticed. Yeah, it did. Toolboxes and even books. No one knows what the mannequins were supposed to represent, or even if they represented anything. No one has any idea who lived there at the time. So it's just odd in general. Like,
nobody knows who lived there.
Yeah, like this mysterious person was changing the mannequins, but like why?
Right.
Were there things with the mannequins telling him to, hey, I want that new Gucci bag. Can you please change my mannequin, okay? Like,
you know what? There's a movie I just recently saw about
mannequin, or that's like a comedy, but is it a scary one?
Victor knows the name of it, but
okay.
There was an old version and a new version with mannequins.
Like a horror movie?
Yeah.
Oh.
The new version has Elijah Wood in it.
Oh, I like him. He's a good actor.
He was the creeper.
Oh, yeah. Oh, with his big blue eyes. He's like, I just was watching a TikTok about him, and like the cast was just like making fun of him because I guess he could hold his eyes open like really long periods of time. Like during his scene with the spider in Lord of the Rings, he's like sitting there with his eyes open and he just wasn't blinking. And they're like, I don't think he sees like 2 feet in front of him. Like, I guess he has like vision problems too, which is interesting. So I just learned that.
I can actually do that too.
Like hold them open.
Keep my eyes open, like.
Oh my gosh, she's doing it. She's doing it. We put a timer on.
I really can. I don't know. Wow. It's so weird.
That's interesting. I kind of can. I don't know. I do kind of weird things with my eyes, I guess. But
try to keep our eyes open for 1 whole minute.
Okay, right. Guys, just wait 1 minute in silence while we keep our eyes open. We'll have we should have like a blinking contest at the end.
I always used to win.
Oh my God, I'm going to lose. I might lose, honestly. I'm like kind of cotton mouthy and my eyes are kind of dry. It's the weed. It's the weed problem. But okay, so going back to this house, located near Hamburg train station in New York.
Wow.
The John Lawson house is really old, built in 1845. They give the address. It's believed to be the oldest house in New Hamburg's Main Street Historic District. So furthermore, you can get a feel for how old the house is from its architecture. I want to get why it's haunted though. Oh, okay, here we go. Other creepy events at the John Lawson house. Look at this picture.
Oh my gosh.
It looks like
she looks just weird.
Off. But they look like people. Like it doesn't even.
She's just like sitting with her hands like
crossed over each other. But it's weird because they don't look like mannequins you would see in the store. No, like this is like a person.
Yeah.
They have really long wigs and it's very interesting looking. Anyways, a house this old has seen some stuff. And while it's not totally clear when the mannequins first appeared on the porch, urban myth states that they may have something to do with 2 tragedies that occurred very close to the house.
Okay.
And there is how many mannequins in this photo?
2.
Yeah. So the first creepy event was on February 6, 1871, in the middle of a 2-week cold snap, a southbound 25-car freight train derailed. It landed on the northbound track, striking a northbound passenger express train. Sadly, the trains were carrying oil. So when there was a huge fire, 22 people were killed in the crash that night.
Wow.
This horrific event happened only about 200 feet from the house.
From here to there.
Yep. So that house itself is built on something very tragic that happened. That's
why it's haunted. Yeah.
Yeah, when something sudden and quick like that happens, like more spirits are just left confused.
Yeah, because they don't know what happened.
Yeah.
You might have been just sitting there and boom, you're dead, but you're still wandering around. Maybe they don't even know they died.
Right. Yeah, that's definitely a possibility. So there's many theories about this place. Many believe that the mannequins represented and perhaps were even possessed by the spirits of those who died in these two events. Oof, that gave me chills.
That's creepy.
Yeah, that's just like to live there and know that happened right there. That's just wild. Some people have reported seeing the mannequins facing the direction of the only other surviving house on the block. People thought that they were possessed by the people who died in the fire. Other mannequins faced the site of the train crash. So not only are they in this house, they are facing
where the tragedy
happened.
Yeah. Wow.
That's scary. That's just wild. Because of this, depending on whether or not the mannequins are actually haunted, people are still trying to figure this out. Answering the who part of the mystery seems to be a much easier feat than answering the why. Perhaps one of these days, in other words, the mannequins will start to speak for themselves and we can all rest a little better at night. Ooh.
I don't think anybody would rest if they started speaking.
Yeah. This article is from Indie 88, written by Jen. Just kind of want to, I just want to make sure I give credit. I didn't write that. I promise. I just read that. That was all ad lib, guys. It's just can't do that.
So how can we actually go there? Who do we contact or?
I don't know. We should look into it because I don't know if the person still lives there or I don't know. So I'm down to try because it sounds really interesting.
I would love to go there.
Yeah.
I know Victor would like to go there too.
Yeah. I would like to go there. I want to get into another place that we have gone. The Hill House. We just were in silence. That's how it is.
Where do we even start?
Yeah. I mean, I don't even know where to start with that, but just so you guys know, I am okay. I've gotten a lot of messages asking, are you okay? I'm good. I went to therapy, had to talk to my therapist about this experience. I don't know. I've been doing a lot of healing and a lot of just processing. I processed all of it and understanding that there are just some very bad things in this universe.
And it's kind of like a little bit of everything, all in that house.
Yeah, all crammed.
Yeah,
in that house.
Definitely.
So what was your feeling walking into this home?
Immediately walking into that house, it felt so heavy, just so heavy. It wasn't a good feeling at all. Yeah. Throughout the whole night, nothing about that house felt comforting or, maybe, there's a spirit that's a little nicer than the other. Right. It was just all the way through, not a good feeling at all.
Chaos.
Yes.
Complete spiritual chaos. Yes. It was one thing because we went here and I knew it was super haunted. I saw something about the lady being pulled off the bed, but I didn't want to do any research because I wanted to just go and see what happened and what we could, get and learn. And, it's just entertaining for me to go into a place not knowing anything and just seeing what the hell, this evidence and this just undeniable proof that there are these things in there, you know, like I just think it's so cool, especially as a psychic medium, because I don't want to have like a biased opinion before I go in and feel things and stuff like that. So, oh man, walking into that house just, it felt like a dream. Like, ever since I was little, I've had these dreams where I would walk into, there's different buildings that I know. I've been to some of the same buildings multiple times. And every time I walk up there, everyone around me is dead. And I know they're dead. And they'll either greet me or they'll be like, what is she doing here? How did she get here? Or they'll kick me out in various ways.
Wow.
Yeah, there was one White House that I went into and I was thrown out of the house.
Picked up and thrown out?
Yes, like flying through the air on this black, like demon looking, I don't even know what it was, but it like swirled me around. And then I remember there was this really pointy fence, like those old fashioned pointy fences. And I flew over that fence and it tossed me out because I went upstairs in this house.
Wow.
Yeah, it was really bizarre. And then there was another one where I walked up to this like wooden looking huge house. It had the same gate around it, the same like type. And I just saw spirits like throughout and I knew they were dead. And this lady like came up to me. There was like a grandfather clock in there. And then she had a candle with her and kissed my hand and welcomed me. But then on the plane, there was the amount of dreams I've had like this. Like, why? Have you not had like any dreams like that?
No, I've never had dreams like that ever. No.
What is wrong
I've
with
dreamt
me?
of, the dead, but never like, get out of here. You don't belong here. No.
Like wandered into their hangouts, I think.
No.
Yeah, no, I've had that like on the plane recently when I was on my way back, I think from Thailand, and I was on the plane I was kind of like half asleep, you know, when you're just in that deep like state of whatever. Yeah. I don't know why I did that with my hands. That looked really wrong. Like that just didn't look right. Okay. I don't know where I'm going. Anyways. So I went into this place and I knew it was haunted and there was like a lady who died on the sidewalk and I could see like a part of her, kind of like how I'll see them sometimes. I'll just see a piece of like a little part of them. And she was laying on the sidewalk and I don't know, there was something about her death. And then this man comes out and he was scary, like super slender looking, had this huge beard. You know, like a beard that was curly, but then you brushed it and it was all just like poofed out, super poofy beard. And he had like this suit on from like the 1800s or something. And he looked angry. His face was just white and so skinny.
Where was he standing?
He was standing right outside his door, like of his house in this world. And he was like, you're not allowed here. You don't belong here, and started chasing me. And I woke up, my heart was racing out of my chest. And I was like, I went somewhere I wasn't supposed to be. Why do I do that? Like,
but
God
it's not
damn
your
it.
fault.
I just go.
Stumble upon like, these places.
But it's all that, like, there's so many places I've been to. That's weird that no one's experienced that. Anyways, okay, that's how the Hill House felt.
Yeah.
Sorry, I went on a tangent, guys.
We were not supposed to be there.
Yeah. So, long story short, Hill House. Yes. Anyways, so when we walked in, that's how it felt. It felt like I was in one of those houses. And, whoa, I swear, I just heard someone like whisper hey into the microphone. I could be like tripping out. Anyways, that was weird. It was like, hey. My apartment's haunted, guys. I heard something. Anyways, Hill House. So I don't know what do you want to start with? Do you want to just start from the top, from just when we were talking with the owners about the stories and just like the hissing and the
oh my gosh, the hissing.
This isn't even on camera. This is off camera that this was happening.
It was so loud and so like, just get out of here. Yeah. That was so crazy when we heard that hissing.
Yeah. It was
like,
Yeah.
We actually did get out. Remember?
We listened.
Wow.
We definitely listened. And then the lady was telling us about the house and the man, the owners, but they don't really stay in that house because...
They don't stay in there at all.
Yeah.
They
She won't
don't
even go
sleep there.
upstairs.
The owner, the wife, she'll greet us and she'll greet the tourists and all that. But as soon as we're ready to film, she's out. I think her husband is, the more brave one because she's actually been full-blown attacked 2 times.
Yeah. I think he did once. Or was it him? Because there were 2 concussions that happened upstairs. I remember that. But
she had one of the concussions.
Yeah.
For sure.
Maybe it was one of their friends or something that happened, but they were literally like shoved.
Yeah.
I mean, this is aggressive. This is like, you could see it in their eyes too when they were talking to us. Like you can just see it. And that like right off the bat, I mean, it was just so unnerving because I didn't want to be attacked or pushed or have a concussion. Like that's scary.
Right, because they did kind of stress, be careful coming down the stairs.
Yes.
Because a lot of people, and she has been shoved. So we were like holding on for dear life.
It. I was in the back. I was just like trying to look out, but I was like, oh my God, I'm going to be pushed. I'm going to be tripped. Someone's been tripped. They said their ankles were grabbed as they were walking down the stairs and they just like fell.
A lot of really messed up shit has happened there.
Yes. Murders and I mean, mysteries and just there were things that I was picking up that just were not good. Like there was a moment, it was just not good things have happened there. And I saw, assault in like very graphic ways. And that was something that in that room upstairs when we went into, what was Emily's room?
Emily.
When we went into that room, I felt okay in there for a minute. And then, I got this just like download of just like all this really bad information that I think that, whatever demon was there was trying to show me and scare me with. And it worked.
Yeah, it did.
That was the moment. Like, I just didn't even know what to say. I just knew. I was like, we need to get out of here. This house is so fucked up. There are things that they are showing me and graphic things that just were not good. So it was just like all these flashes of things, of demons, of just like the most horrific things you can think of faces, of just all these things that they knew would scare me. And you're always supposed to like protect your energy and stuff. But in that house, I don't know why, but I just felt so unprotected and I felt like I was just so vulnerable.
I don't even think that actually physically like cleansing or like sage, I don't even think that would work in this house.
I don't either.
To be honest, this house is just so something else.
Yeah. There was like that portal room too that felt...
There's 2 portals. Remember
Are
they told us?
Oh,
one
that's
upstairs
right.
and one downstairs.
I believe it. I think the one upstairs is bad. Like, I think it's just like the portal to, whatever you call it, portal to hell or portal to just horrible
like
darkness. Yeah. But the one downstairs I think was a little bit lighter, but it was still pretty chaotic.
Yeah, definitely.
How did you feel in that room? Like,
the room that
what was the scariest room that you just did not like?
So the room that I feel I did not like whatsoever is one of the rooms that we went into, but we didn't go back.
Jacob's room.
Yes. I don't like that room at all.
Grace was telling us so there was an entity there and she was a kinder spirit and she distracted us. We were on our way to that room. I kept saying, I don't think we should go in there. I feel something bad, but then we were like, okay, but we need to, I mean, we should go see, like what this room's about if we can connect. And because that's why we're there, is to like connect with things. And we were on our way there, and the REM pod that hadn't gone off all night was just sitting in this room. What was it?
It's like a child's room. It had like dolls hanging.
Yeah.
It kind of looked like a little circus room.
Was it the circus room? It was something like
the
that.
circus room.
Yeah, it was something, carousel room maybe, or something like that.
I think so.
But we walked by, and that REM pod just went every single color. Like it wasn't just like green, it was every color. It
just started lighting up as soon as we were crossing that room, and then I think the cat ball went off too.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we actually didn't go to Jacob's room. We went into the carousel room.
And right when we got in there, Grace started like draining our energy, which was interesting. Like we all just got so tired all of a sudden, and we just didn't even want to go film more. Like we were so tired.
It was so draining.
All of us, like in that room. Mm-hmm. Crazy shit. What was the scariest moment for you?
Definitely when that fucking thing went off.
Oh, like the ring around the rosy.
Oh my God.
I hated that. There was this, if you guys haven't seen this video, there was a rocking horse in Toby's room, which was the demon I really did not like him. And there was like a djinn attached to it or something.
Yeah, it was a djinn.
Something like that was attached to this rocking horse with this girl that just like...
It was like a doll,
the eyes were gone.
Yeah, it was like a doll. It was just on the rocking horse. Upstairs. We were all downstairs. That thing went off so loud, and it started singing Ring Around the Rosie.
Yeah.
I freaked out. I'm like, no, fuck this. No, no. Like, it was so crazy.
Victor goes, let's go investigate it. Like, oh man, that was just not.
But it didn't only go off once. It went off twice. But the second time was a totally different song.
I think it went off like 3 times.
That thing, so after we filmed and we let the owners know, hey, we're done, the husband came in, and when we told him about that, he was shook.
Yeah.
He was shook that it went off while we were downstairs.
Yeah, because I guess there's like, he was like, oh, maybe there's a motion thing or something, that could have made it go off, which is weird because it didn't go off the entire night. We were up there for a while.
Up there, we were walking
running
around.
Yeah, we were screaming. Oh wait, that's when we screamed. When we went up there to check on it, and then something came running up behind Victor. Victor's gonna explain that when he comes on, but something came running up.
Yeah.
You screamed. Then I'm like, oh my God, like what happened? It was just a really scary moment for all of us, and we're all huddled up in this little room. It's weird because there's not really windows in there. Did you notice that?
There's not.
Didn't you feel just like claustrophobic?
Definitely. I think the first time we actually went upstairs, it was hot.
Yeah.
It was really hot.
Mm-hmm.
And then kind of like throughout the night, it wasn't as hot. It was still a little warm, but not like scorching hot.
Yeah, it got really cold at one point.
Yes.
Yeah, it was like freezing. My nips were all hard. I was like nipping.
Oh yeah, I remember the nips hard.
I was like, are you making my nipples hard? But yeah, I had to add humor because I needed to add some light in there because holy darkness, wow.
Yes, definitely. And I can tell that house really affected you.
Yeah.
Like it affected you a lot. Like we can see it.
Yeah.
Because I would even ask, I remember at one point I asked you like, Kelsi, what do you see? And you didn't want to say.
I couldn't even process what I was seeing. Like there was just like the worst, most dark things you can think of was being shown to me.
Oh my
Things
gosh.
that I didn't want to see on camera, things that I didn't want to like say out loud because it was just like
maybe if you acknowledge it, it would grow.
Yeah. Like some things that I just like keep to myself because I'm just like, I can't. It's just, there's a lot. And I get scared to feed it for sure.
Right.
Because I don't know you know, what will happen or like if this is what they want. Like, I just don't even want to acknowledge it. But yeah, that night definitely fucked me up for a month or two. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I know we had so many people reaching out to us. Like, is Kelsi okay? Like, you know, is Kelsi okay? Because they can see it in your eyes.
Yeah. That was just the worst place I've ever been to. Like, that is the aliens too.
Oh my gosh.
We didn't even like get into that. Like,
there's aliens, guys.
There's literal, I mean,
the grays.
Yeah. Like, it was just scary because they caught a lot of things on photo that like haven't been published to the public. I don't think they've really.
No, they don't want to show.
Yeah, they don't want to show it because it's so like, I mean,
it's insane.
It's intense. So they were showing us these photos and videos they caught of apparitions after we're all already freaked out. Then they show us like these things that just, they look like aliens. And then there were these faces they caught in hands that were so beyond clear. Like you would think like a person dressed up like that, but you can
see through.
You can tell, like, I don't know. I've seen some photos that have been shown to me and I can tell when they're photoshopped and stuff. But these, I was just like, no, this is, I believe it, especially in that house.
Especially when they showed us the video.
Yeah.
To correlate with the picture.
Yeah.
And two different people.
And I saw her in there. Like I was like, oh, I see a woman in a white gown, you know, walking by or whatever. But it was the same woman. So that's when I knew. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, because
this is real.
Yeah, the owners didn't show us or tell us any of this until after.
Yeah.
The owner, the husband. But Kelsi saw that woman in the white, that he has evidence.
Yeah. That's what freaked me out too, because I was like, holy shit, all of these are like, I mean, these are legit, you know?
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
That shit's so wild. I want to get Victor on to talk about some of his experience as well.
Yeah, let's get Victor on here.
Yeah, thank you, Jazmyne, for joining us.
Thank you, guys.
Jazmyne's awesome. Make sure you guys are subscribed to Barrier Beyond. We got Victor here now.
What's up, guys?
Victor is also with Barrier Beyond. They have like, how many subscribers do you have? You guys have been growing.
We're at 18.8K, I think, right now.
Woo! That's amazing. You guys gotta
that's awesome.
Keep going. You guys are just doing so good. Like, you're growing really quick, and that's amazing. I love that for you guys.
Thank you.
Love that for us. Victor, what is your intoxicated choice of the night?
I got a Truly right here, actually.
Wait, where's my... There we go. There it is. That's the one.
Take a little swig.
Yeah, take a little swig of it. Victor has his Truly. I'm still high. It hasn't worn off yet. I drank a lot of water though, because I was getting a little bit cotton mouth, to be honest. But we're gonna go back into the Hill House here.
Oh my God.
I want to hear your experience, because we kind of talked about like ours and like, but you were equally as terrified.
I was scared as hell going in there because you were telling us you had a dream about me, like being in the backyard or something, looking for something.
And you finding a grave underneath.
Yeah. And just before we had even got there, it felt nasty.
Yeah.
It felt just dark, heavy. I've never felt that anywhere else that I've been to.
Right.
Like to me,
that says a lot. You've been to a lot of places.
Oh, dude, like I've been to Waverly Hill Sanatorium. I don't know if you've heard of that place.
I haven't gone there, but I've heard about it.
That place is like supposed to be one of the top 10 most haunted places on earth.
Whoa.
And what I experienced there came close to me not even investigating the paranormal anymore. Wow. And I thought that place was scary, but when I went to Hill House, I think that is the scariest place I've ever been to.
Yeah. I've never seen you that freaked out, and you've probably never seen me that freaked out. Like that was just like, we all just bonded over how freaked out we were because holy shit. I'm just gonna ask, what was the scariest room? What room like got you the most?
I think the scariest room would have to be Joshua's room.
Interesting.
That's because I remember specifically when we were walking in there, because at one point we were so confused. We didn't know what to do or where to go because there was so much going on.
Yeah.
So we're like, let's just go up to Josh's room. So as we're going up there, you two went first. And then I swear, I mean, it was even captured on the audio.
Yeah.
You hear someone running at me from behind. I felt like throwing you guys out of the way. It was so scary. Like it charged at me. I was like, whoa. Like, yeah, that was scary. And so was the get out downstairs.
Oh, the woman, right?
It was clear as day. She like yelled in my ear, get out.
Wow. Do you think it was Sarah?
I probably.
I think it was her.
Yeah.
I think she was just kind of trying to protect like Joshua, you know, like
Yeah.
I don't think she understood what we were doing and we were just like invading their house and
Oh yeah.
screaming and running and like just freaking out. So she was like, get these weirdos away from my son. But do you think it was Sarah or Toby who ran up on you?
I think it was Toby.
Okay.
Yeah. For some reason, I felt he was the one that was really trying to scare us up there the majority of the time.
Right. Toby is that he's a demonic entity. He gave me sleep paralysis, super fun. And I saw him face to face and described him, and he just loved to mess with us that night. That was Do you think that was his plan, like from the get-go? Because that thingy went off the rocking horse, and
that
then
was scary too.
We went up to investigate that. That's when he ran up on you.
Oh, you got ran up on too before we had started in the beginning too.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, so that makes sense now.
Yeah, like maybe he liked that. You know, we freaked out, or I freaked out because I heard him run like footsteps, just clear as day, running towards me. I could feel it. So I just like started running. I was like, nope.
That is the most I've ever seen Kelsi scared.
Yeah.
Especially in Emily's room when I looked at your face. There was one point it was so dark and we're just filming and we're hearing full on voices in a conversation going on like in the hallway. And we know nobody else is in there but us.
Yeah.
So then I looked at you and you looked just confused out of it. And I looked at Jazmyne. I'm like, is Kelsi okay? Like you look just zoned out.
Yeah. I was really like having a moment of just downloads because I'll get visions, like it'll be just throughout us talking and stuff. I'll be getting them. You can't really tell when I have one. It's just kind of like a download or, you know, I'm sure like you've experienced just things coming to you or whatever. But this like caught me off guard and was so strong that I had to just like process all of it. And
I felt bad.
It was just that room was used to open up a demonic portal. That's what they told us after. So we felt all safe in there, you know. I think they wanted us to feel safe in there. And then all of a sudden it was just like, boom, a portal of just energies and things that were just dark. And I mean, maybe because they opened that portal, there was just things in there that I was experiencing. I don't really know, because you guys felt okay, right?
I felt okay, but I was really on edge throughout the whole time. Like I didn't want to look certain spots. I didn't know how to feel. Like that place is so scary. Like it scares you to your core.
Yes. Yeah.
Like I can't explain it. Like you literally have to just be there to experience it. But it feels it takes a toll like on your body, your mind. You're like physically, mentally just not there. Like when you walk into that house, like you've seen Beetlejuice, right?
Yes.
Remember how when they're dead in the beginning and then they walk out and they're like in some sand and like the sandworm comes out? Like that's what it felt walking into that house. Like we were in another world.
Yeah.
Like there was no outside world to that house. That's what it felt like.
That's a really great explanation of that. Like exactly. It's like, even when I envision the house, like I barely remember the outside of it. It's always the inside and how condensed it was with all the energies and different things happening. And I mean, even to go to the bathroom, we were all just like,
I was like, you guys are coming with me.
I want to talk about what happened in the room with the night in there. Was that the scratcher room?
Was that the one we were supposed to go to? Or no, wait. What room was that?
That was the one with the night in it and the table and the Texas Hold'em.
Oh, was that when we heard that huge loud thump upstairs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was wild. It was just the weirdest sound. Like, it was so loud. It was so
really
aggressive. Sounded like, I said it sounded like someone just stomped their foot as hard as they could. Jazmyne said it sounded like a body falling. Like, it was very bizarre.
Like, as soon as you turn on the spirit box, it just like thumped it so loud. It freaked us out.
Yeah, you can hear it so loud on the camera too. I was editing it and I heard it. I jumped and I was like, oh my God, that was loud.
Yeah.
It was wild. I don't know. It was weird because after they told us that there is a shadow man up there and he has stomped his foot for other people. And right when we heard that, we were like, oh my God, that's what that was.
Dude, like the stuff he was showing us afterwards, I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, literally.
Aliens and the apparitions with the woman and...
The woman freaked you out.
Yeah,
I remember
she looked like a person just walking with a white gown.
Yeah.
And then the picture that he showed us that someone captured, you could see the side of her and her fingers were like webbed.
Yes, she had some disfigurement.
Yeah.
And her fingers were, I think it was like the first two and the second two were kind of webbed together, and you can see it very clearly in the photo.
And she had like the black hair straight in her face, like the Grudge style.
Yeah. Yep.
And she looked kind of, I don't know if you saw, but she looked a little masculine, which
was
kind of weird too.
I think it was the disfigurements. I think she did have some, things that made her look a little bulkier, or I don't know how to explain it. It was
because the fact that she was captured on video and then in pictures by other people, and then you saw her there too, like that, just confirms.
Yes, that was definitely, I think at the end there in the last room that we went in, before we went into, actually no, it was before Grace stopped us from going into Jacob's room.
Yeah.
It was before that, that one room with the axe room.
Oh, yeah.
So there's this room in this house, and there is an axe that likes to be thrown at people. Yeah, so we went in there, just like wandered in there. But I think that we were talking to Sarah for a portion of the time in there.
That's where we heard the Get Out, right? Where you saw the little girl in the beginning?
Yes. Yeah. Do you think that Sarah came through near the end, like after seeing all your footage and watching it?
I think so.
I think so too. I just felt a woman there, and she seemed, I don't know. It was off in a way, kind of angry, but like stern, but like I lived here.
Yeah, like this is my house.
Yeah.
But there's definitely more than just her. Like you could feel the energy of whatever's in there. And then knowing there's two portals in that house.
Yeah.
You don't know what's there, what you're messing with.
No.
But the alien thing, I love aliens, but just seeing those pictures, I wish they would post them up so people could see.
Yeah.
But those pictures, they look so fucking creepy.
Dude.
They're like peeking out of like certain places of the house, and looking at that, I was like, I want to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, get me the fuck out of here. And that was at the end when we were already like sweating. We were all just like, oh my God, this was the worst night ever. Then all those pictures came up, and it just made it 10 times worse because it confirmed everything
It really did.
that we were feeling and seeing. It was just crazy shit. I know that you just had a recent experience at a campground. You were just telling me about that. Unless there's more you want to talk about Hill House, but
me and Jazmyne went to investigate this haunted campground up Crystal Lake. And we didn't expect to even run into that or anything. We were going to investigate this family that got mauled by a bear.
Whoa.
So they say they still haunt the place. Yeah.
Oh my God.
So we started getting on the spirit box a lot of warnings. Beware, she's here, I'm in the corner. And then Jazmyne, because Jazmyne feels a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And she started saying, there's something about that corner area I don't like. Like, I don't want to go over there. And me trying to be a tough guy, I go over there. As I walk over there, I'm trying to look through because it was so dark. Even with the night vision, you couldn't see that far with the night vision.
Right.
So I look in there, and as soon as I look in there, I saw this long face with black, long hair split in the middle, and she was just looking right at me. Ugh. And I looked at her, I freaked out. I told Jazmyne, give me a flashlight. I need to see like what it was. So she gives me her flashlight. I go back, nothing. I don't see it. But then I started hearing what sounded like a little kid crying, which freaked me out because it was like right in my face. Jazmyne was behind me. And then as soon as we heard that, I take off. She's like, don't leave me. Victor. Victor. So she runs behind me. I'm like, no, wait, we can't, like just stop. So we're just trying to process everything what happened because I had never experienced anything like that. Like growing up, my mom's side of the family is Mexican. So, a lot of supernatural ghost stories go with all that.
Definitely.
And I heard about La Llorona. So La Lechusa was one that I heard growing up, but never, ever would I thought I'd experience one. And the reason why we believe it was a Lechusa, because when I had got home, I looked it up, and everything that me and Jazmyne were experiencing was just the way it was written. Like she mimics baby crying. She whistles at you to lure you.
Ooh, I just got chills.
And we did capture whistling. We captured like one, I think it was like an EVP of a whistle. Whoa. And then what scared us the most though was if you hear her crying, it means that a family member is going to die. So when I read that, I was like, damn, like me and Jazmyne texted like all night freaking out. Like, what are we going to do? So we called Caro, the owner of Fire and Lux. Awesome guy.
He's great.
He's great. If you saw Kelsi's video,
binding the haunted puppet, y'all go check out that video. That was wild too.
Yeah,
that was another crazy thing. That was just.
Jazmyne always gets these little crazy things that end up fucking with her, and
then it came to me, and weird energy connection shit.
Yeah, so we called him, and he's like, you know what? Don't worry about it, because usually they're also called, I guess, this is in Ireland, a banshee, but they come to you. They come and warn you that a family member is gonna die. But I guess in this case, we intruded. We just kind of ran into each other. Yeah, it's still scary, like hearing that shit, and it's like something definitely out of this world besides ghosts.
Yeah, there's other things and creatures and there's just a lot of things that we don't know about, and we will get into that in the next episode of InTALKxicated. Thank you guys so much for watching and or listening. I hope that you guys had a blast with this creepy episode. A big shout out to Jazmyne and Victor for joining us today.
Thank you for having us.
Woo! Make sure you guys go subscribe to their YouTube channel, Barrier Beyond. They also have on Instagram. It's the same name, right?
Barrier Beyond Official.
Barrier Beyond Official. So it's the official account of Barrier Beyond. Make sure to check out their videos. They got some amazing videos. And I will see you guys in the next episode. Stay woke, everyone.